Morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Oh, you can. Sorry, I can. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I am Christina, your Associate Head of School. If you notice to my right, there is a lovely group of people. This is Steve and his marketing team, and you will see him around campus as well as his team. Imagine like the penguins of Madagascar. They don't exist. You do not see them. All right, but they will be recording an 8th grade video promo. So for 8th graders, so be natural and be yourself. I am just going to start us off by grounding us, and I'm going to hit the gong one more time. I know it's a little bit out of practice, but just so that you could all close your eyes. And so, listen to the sound. Let's close our eyes and think about being a good audience member that Denise had shared last week. And listen for the sound. Take a moment to take a deep breath in as we center ourselves to start off in our morning meeting. And now I have the pleasure of introducing Ari, Margaret, and Forrest to present for the Astronomy Club.
It's on the post.
Oh, you're right, it is. Okay.
Hi, I'm Margaret. I use she/her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Forrest. I use he/they pronouns.
And I'm Ari. I use they/them pronouns.
And today we are going to tell you a little bit about Astronomy Club.
It's gone?
Yeah.
That's okay. We're just gonna do it with it.
Okay,
It'll come
thanks. So this club is led by our faculty sponsor, David, and our co-student leaders, Taylor and Astria. A typical club day includes David teaching us about an interesting astronomy topic or a club-wide project we all need to work on. Some examples include how black holes work, the end or start of the universe, and giant lasers. Each of these topics are chosen by students, or sometimes even taught by a student if they're really interested in the topic. In general, the club is a more relaxed environment and not very studious. We are definitely not an overly serious group of people and have consistent side tangents with numerous jokes.
Okay. So, a highlight of Astro Club is going on Astro Trip. We try to have one trip every month, as long as weather and circumstances align. And on these trips, we get to do literally one of the coolest things ever. We get to spend the weekend at an observatory in Groveland. We get to use the absolutely giant telescopes, there's 2 of them, to take really sick photos of deep space objects like nebulas, galaxies, and globular clusters. Those are some right there. I took the middle one and that one. We can stay up all night until the sun rises, bonding and eating late night snacks in between each photo being taken. Another amazing part of the trip is the layout, where we go outside and stargaze while David tells us a little story about the universe. It's very philosophical and sometimes a little emotional, and sometimes it's more goofy. It's so pretty up there, the stars are gorgeous, and there's basically no light pollution. The nature is really beautiful, and sometimes we even get to pop over to Yosemite, which is cool. It's a very fun experience, and going forward, we're planning on using the observatory for research as well.
So what has been my experience in Astro Club? Well, when I first saw the Astronomy Club table at the club stair, I had 2 immediate thoughts. I love the stars, and this club could be fun. Turns out I wasn't wrong. I've enjoyed learning about new astronomical topics in a low-stakes, stress-free environment. Each club meeting, I get to take away a bit more knowledge on these exciting topics such as primordial nucleosynthesis and the magnetic field surrounding black hole Sagittarius A. In Astro Club, it doesn't matter if the person next to me conceptualizes these topics more, it matters that I learned about the Big Bang or black holes and had fun doing it. What I didn't realize was that my passion for stars would turn into a deep appreciation for all things astronomy. Each time I took away a little bit more information about our universe from one of David's lessons, it deepened my understanding of what I'm actually looking at when I stargaze. It has allowed me to more fully comprehend how incredible our universe really is. My favorite part of the Astro Club experience has been the trips to the observatory. Taking pictures of nebulas, which is the one that Forrest mentioned before, it's a great one, and other deep space objects never ceases to amaze me. I love the process of searching for your deep space object, finally finding it, and getting the satisfaction of taking a gorgeous picture. Or the teasing from a friend when you're convinced they will never find their object and miraculously do. Something equally special to finding and taking the pictures is the time we spend for photos to process. During the late hours of the night, waiting to take the next photo, I really enjoyed building new friendships and making current ones even stronger. These friendships have been built and strengthened through sleep-deprived card games, snacking way past midnight, and telling elaborate stories. I would have never become friends with previously graduated seniors or kids in the grades below me without those experiences on Astro trips. I also never would have gotten as close with these two people presenting with me today. Finally, I want to highlight how over the past 3 years, I've become a part of a community that isn't limited by intellectual knowledge, grade level, or personality. Astro Club has truly become a space and time where I have fun, feel intellectually fulfilled, and emotionally supported. Thanks.
We'll just go with it. Okay. To be completely transparent, I only joined Astro Club because I thought David was funny and also all my friends were going, and I didn't want to feel left out. At the time, I wanted to be an animator, and my entire life revolved around going to art school. After Margaret basically peer pressured me into going on my first Astro trip, which I'm very glad she did, I suddenly realized, oh crap, I might have just found my true calling. So I changed my life plan midway through my sophomore year, and started aggressively throwing myself at every astronomy-related opportunity that came my way. Because I was walking around basically screaming to the hills that I wanted to be an astrophysicist, David presented me with some amazing research opportunities. I got to travel to Pasadena and New Orleans with the NASA IPAC program I was in, NITAR, and presented to real astronomers about my research at the annual American Astronomical Society meeting. Through Astro Club, I found out about Bay's Astronomical Research Seminar, where I got to spend an entire semester researching any astronomy topic I wanted. I chose to research one variable star all semester and then upload my data online for other amateur astronomers to use. If you're ever researching the 1104 Hercules, you're probably using my data because there was pretty much none of it available. I was interested in physics. I went to Smith College's pre-college program, learned how to code, and built a really cool Arduino robot. Please come talk to me about my robot. I love my robot. I also want to make something very clear. I'm not saying that if you join Astro Club, you have to do all these things. I worked really hard and actively pursued these opportunities, and I participated in them because I want this to be my future career. What I am saying is that Astro Club is an amazing starting point. It provides you with a support system and a safe space, made the same joke, to explore. If it wasn't for Astro Club, I would be applying to art school right now and idly wondering why I never chased my dream of going into STEM. Honestly, I never would have had the confidence to do any of the things I did if I hadn't joined Astro or if I didn't have David's continuous support.
Hi, so I, like Forrest and Margaret, have also found community, passion, and made a lot of memories through Astronomy Club. But I've also found one of my favorite places in the entire world. And this is the Tuolumne Skies Observatory. I hope I said that right, David. Located in Groveland, California, about 3 hours east of the Bay School of San Francisco, Tuolumne Skies is nestled away on top of a forested mountain. The air is uncomfortably cold in the winter and uncomfortably hot in the summer. And sometimes the clouds roll in just as we start to open the telescope. But usually the skies are the clearest most of us city kids have ever seen. And When your eyes adjust to the dark, there's barely any light pollution and you can see everything. Well, not everything, but that's why we have those fancy telescopes. And when it's very late at night, that cold air is so incredibly refreshing to breathe in. Everything gets really quiet and all you can hear is the whir of the dome moving and the wildlife of Groveland just outside. The dark stops feeling scary, yes, I am afraid of the dark, and instead feels like a blanket protecting us from the worries of the outside world. Everything about AstroTrip is like that. A lot of the time is spent playing cards, exploring the property, cooking, and talking with one another. This, in and of itself, is a break from the real world. Don't get me wrong, I love Bay, but sometimes school is really stressful, and this part of AstroTrip is so simple. Me, my friends, and the house, spending the day however we please. The rest is a little more deep, at least for me. On a good, clear night, we do a layout, like Forrest mentioned. This is a practice David has been doing for who knows how long. Basically, we all go to a clear spot outside and lay down, staring up at the sky. David then tells us about the universe and what we see above us. Sometimes the talks are more than a little existential, which are my personal favorite. The layouts give me space, get it? Third time we made that joke, to consider my own place in the world, my purpose, and if it even matters. And to me, that feels like the biggest relief. Everyone gets something different out of the layouts and AstroTrip in general, but no matter what, it's a time to stop, think, and look at the wonder of the world around you in an incredibly fast-paced society. And then we go and take pictures through the telescope. This is special in its own way, first because it can be difficult. I won't go into too much detail, partially because I don't fully understand it myself, but trust me when I say, the feeling of seeing the most beautiful, breathtaking, deep space object appear on the screen and knowing that your hard work made it happen is indescribable. There is a lot of joy experienced in the observatory and a lot of shared laughter. There's also a lot of contemplation and self-reflection. Together, Tuolumne Skies Observatory and the Bay Astronomy Club create the best place to gain a new, more balanced perspective on your life, and of course, to have a lot of fun. For the final bit of this presentation, I want to share something that Astro Club has genuinely led me to believe. This is the core belief that everyone on some level wants to learn. And a lot of science spaces can feel really intimidating or like you need to have some really high level of knowledge to join. What I love about Astro Club is that you can show up with any level of knowledge and interest and learn as much or as little as you want. You might be like Margaret, who really just likes learning about the universe with her friends. Or you could be more like Forrest, who pursues research and further astrophysics experiences. Maybe you're like David, who just wants to share his love of science with a safe community. Either way, Astro Club is an amazing space to come and learn. Even if you prefer other disciplines, David is an incredible person to know and be in contact with. He will, without a doubt, support you and be there for you and always push you to find what you truly love doing. We encourage you to stop by at a meeting or sign up for AstroTrip to see what we're all about.
You'll notice that today is Wednesday, so come to Astro Club today.
I actually need the slides one more picture. So I can't take all of you out to the observatory for layout, but I can bring a single picture to you. So much of what we do, you're welcome, Julie. So much of what we do is see things. So I have a picture for you taken on Valentine's Day 1990 by the Voyager 1 spacecraft when it was 4 billion miles from Earth. And Earth is that little bright speck up there. So we normally don't do meditation looking at things, and I'll ask you to close your eyes about halfway through. I'm going to read for you some words from Carl Sagan. Look again at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you've ever heard of, every human being who ever was lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering, every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king, peasant, young couple in love, mother, father, and hopeful child, inventor, explorer, every teacher of morals, every sinner and saint in the history of our species lived there on that mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. The Earth is a very small stage on a vast cosmic arena. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner, how frequent their misunderstandings, how eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatreds to become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Now you've taken this picture, go ahead and close your eyes. Our posturings, our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe are challenged by this point of pale light. Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. In our obscurity, in all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. It has been said that astronomy is a humbling and character-building experience. There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world. It underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known. One more deep breath. Thank you.
Hello, Bay School. Bring it back in a little bit. My name's Hayden. I teach biology here and am the 11th grade specialist for this fall. We've got a good amount of time for announcements today, so would love to get some catch boxes going, or we'll just start up front here while those get fired up.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Colin. I use he, him.